forget me. I'm feeling bad that I act this way cause you let me. They call me king, but I know my queen will be there to check me. Last year was running around 45th looking for Soho. Last night was riding down Rodeo looking for NoHo. It's crazy what can change in a year. Think that you know they'll go back and forth like a yo-yo. They live their life for the photos and see me, I'm acting solo cause I'm afraid to commit. Now can you tell me how I'm different than him? And him, yeah. I know I'm always questioning things. Like girl, would you say that love cannot be found inside a vow or a ring? She laughs and says only material things. Those are material things. Imagine buying all my trust with a ring. Imagine spending all my love on a fling. Got a thing for you. If I had the talent you had, I probably would sing for you like
out of my head, out of my mind, oh why? If you let me, I'll be out my dress and into your arms tonight. Yeah, I'm lost without it. Feels like I'm always waiting. I need you to come get me out of my head and into your arms tonight.
Yeah. I don't mean to make you wait or to contemplate about us. My ex, she loved to lie, I guess it's why it's harder to trust. I've been searching to find myself and not get too lost in the lust. I heard once that you could try but can't fill from an empty cup, that's no lie. And all I ever say is how I need time. If it was up to you now, you would be mine. I'm on a roll more than I'm home until I find it's only you on my mind. The last 3 were Gemini, I take that shit as a sign. It's funny, you care about time with your money. And you love going to the beach, whether it's cloudy or sunny. And you love drinking all your wine until it hurts in your tummy. You call me honey, I'm tipsy and really all I want is for you to love me. Flashbacks of back roads, driving back to my side of state. I know I need to tell you I care before it's too late. Before someone steps to the plate, before you decide not to wait, before you decide not to chase till you call me up just to say
I'm out of my head, out of my mind, oh, if you let me, I'll be out of my dress and into your arms tonight. I'll be I'm lost without it. Feels like I'm always waiting. I need you to come get me out of my head into your arms tonight, tonight.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Jvsh YouTube channel / the Blue Podcast, because we are live on 2 channels this evening. And welcome to the watch along for Chelsea v Bournemouth at the Fatality Stadium in the Chelsea's free showing live pre-season fixtures. I've got two guests currently with me, and we are due to have another 2 hopefully joining us in the next few minutes. So starting with a non-Chelsea fan coming on to watch a Chelsea friendly. Of course, we've got Reese. He loves football that much, so he decided he'll come and take part in this because he didn't want to be left out. You see, did you, Reese?
Yeah, that's what this is.
And then also welcome him back to the Blue Podcast, but also making his debut on my own personal channel. We've got Joel. He's a Chelsea fan. He can't wait. He's absolutely buzzing to see Danny Drinkwater play for Chelsea once again. But Joel, it's a pleasure to see you tonight. It should be hopefully it's a friendly, but we're still hoping for a bit of a wee Chelsea win, aren't we?
Yeah, no, of course. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, I didn't know you knew so much about me, and I love Danny Drinkwater. I had no idea that this was such wide knowledge. But yes, super excited. Glad to see the fans back in the stadium, and hoping for a win. Yeah.
Yeah, so hope everyone's having a fantastic evening for whatever channel that you're watching. So if you're on the Blue Podcast or if you're on my channel. So for everyone, the starts in 11 for Chelsea is as follows: Kepa Arrizabalaga gets to start. It's a back three of Durjan Sterling, Lewis Baker, and Malang Massar. Callum Hudson-Odoi is at right wing back with Marcus Alonso at left wing back. The 2 midfielders are Danny Drinkwater and Conor Gallagher. Tammy Abraham leads the line up front with Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech in behind them. Now, the bench for Chelsea, which is the probable second half 11, is Edward Mendy or Bergstrom will be in goal. And then it'll be Baba, Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Bora, Sapper Costa, Bisanga, Trevor Chalobah, Ugbo, and Jake Clark-Salter will more than likely be the second team. So, Joel, obviously, the first team players aren't a lot of first team players like Bakayoko, Ferner, Havertz, all are not taking part in this. It's a bit too soon for them, but there's a fair few players in that starting lineup. You'll be looking to see a solid performance from Kepa. Sterling has been impressive pre-season. Sarr, high expectations. Hudson-Odoi, Drinkwater and Gallagher won't be here when the season begins. But then also Alonso, Ziyech, Pulisic, and Abraham, you're expected to see them look sharp and hoping to just see a bit of life about them.
Yeah, no, of course, definitely. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Sar play because initially I thought that he might stay. Obviously, with the Koundé news, things might change, but I definitely thought that he might stay and, prove himself and be integrated into the team. So, yeah, that's kind of who I'm like really want to watch and see tonight. But obviously, Danny Drinkwater, of course.
Reece, I know. Obviously, you probably don't know you probably don't know Conor Gallagher, Sterling, Baker, and all of this, but is there any
I know a few of them.
Chelsea players?
I know a few of them from the academy games, so against Man United. So,
are you keeping an eye on Danny Drinkwater, or are you more looking at the Siak and Pulisic are a bit or on the ball?
I'll be ignoring Danny Drinkwater at all costs because that's for you. That's for you, mate.
We're happy to welcome him. Chelsea Perspective also joining for the watch along. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. And first of all, my apologies. I actually copied one of the links in my StreamYard and was waiting to be accepted until I looked up and saw the title. I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" How you guys doing?
We're doing very well. We're on the edge of our seats to watch Danny Drinkwater play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
make
of the?
Sorry.
What do you make of the starting 11? Obviously, a very inexperienced back three. Hudson-Odoi at right wing back.
Yeah, the most interesting there for me is Sarr, which, given the rumors surrounding the future of Kurt Zouma, so Sarr is the one to watch because if Kurt Zouma will leave it, that means Sarr will most definitely stay. Though they're not like for like, but he will most definitely stay. Yeah, that's where I'm paying attention to. Yeah.
Oh.
So we have kickoff. We have kickoff at the Fatality Stadium between Chelsea and Bournemouth.
That was a close one.
And Conor Gallagher's went down, but the referee. Obviously, there's no VAR in these, thankfully. Hi, Richard. Thank you for joining. Yes.
Were you watching on Chelsea TV or? Were you just watching?
Yeah, I'm watching on the Chelsea web. I'm on the Chelsea website.
Is it free to watch on there?
I'm on the app.
Yeah. It's free to watch it. You have to register, but you don't have to pay any like monthly fee or anything. It's really easy to register.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
I suppose this first game then I can register then because his goal's being slow. It's just not shown. So
it's looking a bit. I don't know. I don't want to say weak, but it's looking weak at the back there. There's a few passes going.
Well, Joe, what do you make about Lewis Baker? Lewis Baker's 26. He gets constant loans from us. He's now playing at centre back when he's a centre back. Like, why do we still have him? Why?
I really have no idea. I think Marina just likes toying with some players. I'm not really sure. And when I'm looking at like the exodus of players, I would think that he would be one of those guys ready to go. But he's still here. I guess maybe no one wants him.
Chelsea perspective, what do you think? Why do we?
I think he's a good player. We have to be honest in that aspect. But the truth is, it doesn't look like he's being good enough for other teams to be looking at him. And where's he right now? Isn't it Turkey? He's on loan as a Turkish club, isn't it? Where was he?
Last year he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Last year he was, yeah. I mean, he's good. I don't know what's lacking in his game that no manager comes and says, "Okay, I want you to stay." He's always on loan, and I think the best option would be just to let the guy go and let him move on.
Yeah,
I
agree. Agreed.
So just another thing. Obviously, Conor Gallagher is obviously he's got really big potential. Do you see him going on loan before the season begins? Crystal Palace and Crystal Palace heavily linked to him.
Yeah, most definitely, because we're really packed in that area where he will get a chance to play. We're really packed. If he stays, he will get game time, but not as much as the number of games that will help his development as a young player. So the best option for him still would be to go out on loan.
Well, Sterling just took someone out.
Yeah, he's strong though. I like that.
It was actually a foul against him.
Yeah, he was dragged down.
Yeah, he was dragged down.
Sterling's reporting to be having a very, very good preseason at the moment.
Yeah, he was dragged down.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
I haven't really watched him. Go ahead.
Oh, watching Danny Drinkwater try and tackle, but he looks so off the ball. You can tell the guy's like 3 seasons behind on fitness, the way he's moving.
The last thing I heard about Danny Drinkwater, wasn't he fighting with like under 17s or something like that?
Yeah. The guy's career is just so off. The guy's career is just so off the rail. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I mean, talk about, I mean, maybe if he stayed at Leicester, things could have gone. Oh, Kepa, come on, be serious.
I think the departure of Kante would have still exposed him. And watching him play at Chelsea, it makes it look like what his performance at that Leicester winning side was a fluke.
Yeah, no, but it's the same way. It's the same way. I think Kante makes Pogba look good. I think in that sense, when you watch Pogba play for Man United, or you watch him in the French team, it's 2 different players, and the common denominator there is N'Golo Kante. So, yeah.
Yeah, great point there. Yeah, because when you watch Pogba play for the French national team, he's a different animal.
Yeah.
Great point there.
Tough challenge on Connor there, though.
We're moving the ball. We're moving the ball quite nicely. We are taking 1-2 touches. We're moving it far quicker than what we would have done. At the end of last season.
They're all looking sharp.
Can we also just say it's amazing to see a near full stadium of Chelsea fans there?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I can't wait for the season opener to see Stamford Bridge packed. It's going to be an amazing sight.
Yeah, makes the game more enjoyable.
So this is the first time I've met. I'm keen to hear what are your opinions on this season? I'll start with you, Joel. I've been saying that I'm still a bit worried about our issue up front. Obviously Tuchel didn't particularly fancy Tammy Abraham. Obviously when he came in, Tammy Abraham barely played. Giroud's been sold. Are we going to have to rely on Ferner, do you think, to bag and Havertz to start bagging goals next season, or do you think Chelsea have something really sneaky up their sleeves of a striker?
Yeah, I'm hoping, like everyone else, I'm hoping there is something sneaky that's happening. I think I actually have kind of what I think some would call it a hot take. I think what Chelsea are doing, especially with the news of Koundé coming out and other players that they're interested in, I think they're trying to buy those players with a lesser fee before they go for Haaland, so that the teams that they're buying from don't up the price for no reason, right? So I think maybe that's kind of the strategy that they're going at it. They're buying the Koundés and maybe go for Declan Rice next, get the prices right, and then after that go for the big fish. I would hope that we don't only rely on Timo Werner, but there's Kai Havertz there too that can play in and around that position. So it's not the end of the world if we don't get Haaland this season, but I think we would just be a different animal if we did. So, yeah.
Chelsea perspective, what do you think?
Yeah, a fine finisher such as Haaland would make a great difference in our team, because we were very wasteful in front of goal. Whoa, nice one. We were very wasteful in front of goal last season, and having somebody like Haaland in our team will at least put away, at least you could say 80% of those big chances that Timo Werner missed. He missed his chances. He's a human being after all, but if we had him last season, we could have at least scored 10 more goals. Let me put it that way. And that's and like Joe said, it's not that if we don't get him, it's not the end of the world. And remember, we created a lot of chances, and the problem was just putting away those chances. And given that those players that missed all those chances, they will have a full preseason under their belts, that makes a great difference. And Tuchel is very capable of solving that issue during the preseason. In terms of the Haaland, the rumors whether we're really going after Haaland or not. Remember, for the pursuit of a player to be that open in the public, it would have to be that the player in question is having a problem with his current club. Then the club wouldn't mind whether the fans are happy or not. But Haaland is Dortmund practically. It's one of their best. He is actually their best player right at this point. So they don't want to do anything that will upset their fan base. So even if they're speaking with Chelsea, they will deny it in public because it will be a PR nightmare for them. You'd have to explain why you're trying to sell him. So I don't think it's. I'm not even concerned that we're not hearing anything solid coming from that our pursuit of Haaland. So yeah, I'm not really concerned that much. We could do without him come this season. Werner, I believe, will come good. Havent also is a fine finisher. We must not forget that. It's just that he wasn't always on the pitch for us last season. But whenever he gets a chance, at least he hits the target, let alone being, okay, the keeper made a good save.
Yeah, you make a good point about Werner, because in that Champions League final, we could have been 2-0 up within 10 minutes if he took his chances. That Champions League final could have been over before it started. So it's things like that that can make a big difference next season. Obviously, the good news today is that Batshuayi is away to Turkey, so we don't have to watch him next season. We don't have to watch him this season. Can you imagine watching Batshuayi again? Reach, you're back. Hello.
Yeah, I managed to find a stream. Turns out YouTube's got it, so I'm watching on YouTube.
Oh, you're watching on YouTube? Okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how.
Yeah, I'm watching it on Club
guys.
Friendly 2021 TV1. I've just subscribed to them now, but they've got it on. This I'm up to. I'll tell you where I am in terms of. I'm up 9 minutes 45 seconds. So it's not too far compared to other streaming services. I shouldn't be too far behind, but I've only just managed to get on. I might put it on my big TV. We still have it in 4K, but.
We've got the weekly armchair sports. He sent Ferran. Reece, you know, I know this is a Chelsea issue, but I have to ask you. Ferran, ultimately, United confirming that the deal has been done, pending medical. Very happy, man.
Extremely happy. For once, it's a world-class centre-back that's actually going to be playing in the heart of the defence. United don't have any world-class centre-backs, with all due respect. They just have very good. They have a very good defender in Maguire who could become world-class through hard work. Same as other defenders, like if you give them time to commit. But Varane is a legitimate world-class centre-back. Lindelof, more of a squad player. Eric Bailly, you just can't seem to trust the guy. Like, he never seems to stay fit, and that doesn't give you any sort of comfort in your defence if you haven't got a centre-back that you can rely upon. So the fact is, we've got a centre-back who's near the world-class potential of Maguire if he sticks at it and he just keeps going the way he has, plus a ready-made centre-back in Varane in his prime. Why shouldn't
I would argue that what Manchester United will have this coming season will be the best ball-playing centre-backs. Mm-hmm. But they don't really have the best defense, except if they sign a good defensive midfielder that will protect that defense well, and then they're good to go. But without a defensive midfielder, a good defensive midfielder, they just have a back line that are good at ball playing, but defensively they still have some you could say some problems that opponents can exploit. Because Varane himself, and I don't think Maguire has got what it takes. Those attributes that what's his name? This guy that went to PSG.
Ramos.
Ramos, yes, exactly. Maguire doesn't have those attributes that Ramos has. That's always helped bring the best out of Varane. So what you have there is just two centre backs that are good at ball playing, but defensively they'll still have an issue. And I think those issues, Premier League teams will exploit them. So they need a defensive midfielder for that to be solid enough. Then you can say they have a good defense, but without a good defensive midfielder, they will be exposed.
We will need that. I think that's where we're going to go next. That's what I do see next, is we will get a defensive midfielder. But at least there's a foundation there, at least.
Sorry.
From what I heard, the one we're going for next is Camavinga. From what I've heard, that's what we're going for. But he's not a defensive midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder, but that's what they want. Sol Niguez is another one. As long as it's just the best in class, like I want it to be the best possible option. I don't want it to be some mediocre choice.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that fucking Leeds boy. I don't want Calvin Phillips.
Oh, really?
No, I don't want him at all.
I'd take Calvin Phillips over Declan Rice. And what I was going to ask you, I was going to ask this question.
Oh, wow.
What do you guys think about the rumors linking us to Declan Rice?
I think either club would benefit from him.
What do you think, Lionel? He laughs.
I think you know what, I don't mind Declan Rice. I don't think that he is like that special of a player to change anything, but maybe, you know, if he's surrounded by more world-class players. I mean, there's a good squad at West Ham, but it's not, you know, the levels of Chelsea, obviously. So I think if he's surrounded by, you know, a bit more world-class players, and he can, you know, maybe learn from the best, obviously, like N'Golo Kante, maybe a Jorginho. I definitely think that he could step his game up. But for right now, I know there's a lot of talk about how, you know, amazing Declan Rice is. I don't see it, man. I think he's bang average.
Yeah, that's the point of what people don't consider. First of all, he's an England international, and he wouldn't want to come to Chelsea to play second fiddle to N'Golo Kante. He would want to start games more often, and there's no chance N'Golo Kante, you know, reducing the play time from N'Golo Kante, what's his name, Declan Rice, that he develops. So he would consider those options. He'd be stupid not to consider who is he going to bench at Chelsea. I mean, either Jorginho or Kovacic will always start games because they're pivotal to the way we play. So the better place for Rice to go would be Manchester United, where you could argue that he will most definitely be a better option to Fred and Matic, who's also lost his space. So I don't know where how they don't look beyond that. I think there's some bias in for Chelsea to sign N'Golo Kante, or maybe there's something else Tuchel sees in him that we as fans don't see. You know,
Burton didn't go very well for you last year. I remember you lost to Burton there, so. You know,
Chris is always trolling.
I do agree with Chelsea. I'm with you, Chelsea. I just don't think we need Declan Rice. Where does he fit in this? Where does he fit in the team? He's not going to replace Kante. I don't think Jorginho deserves to keep his spot.
Sweet one from ZX. Sorry.
Where does Kante actually? Where does Kante actually fit in? That's just what I don't. So where does Rice fit in? I just don't know. I don't think he really fits in anywhere.
Yeah, I think from if I try and look at it objectively, I think looking at Kante's age, and especially how Chelsea deals with players over the age of 30. I mean, yes, it's N'Golo Kante, but remember the treatment that Lampard got, the treatment that John Terry got, and even Drogba. These are legends of the game. These are legends at Chelsea. But after they turned 30, they were only given, 1-year contracts and so on and so forth. I think N'Golo Kante is more of a relaxed and humble person enough to take that 1 year and carry on. But I think the Declan Rice situation is a look into the future. So what do we do after N'Golo Kante? We need someone to be able to anchor this Chelsea team. And I think that's what they're looking at when you think of Declan Rice. I think if we do go for Declan Rice and we go all out for him, I think there is because Jorginho has his days where he can be 10 out of 10 and then the next week he's 0 out of 10. Same for Kovacic. So I think Tuchel might see a need to kind of put a bit more competition within that pivot. And and Declan Rice could be that person that he thinks could do it.
But the truth remains, if we're looking at Lionel, if we're looking at the future, then Declan Rice is not the option for us. Do you think? I'll ask this question. You understand? Do you think he'd be comfortable coming to Chelsea, knowing that he won't start as much games as he's starting at West Ham United? If we're signing for the future, then Declan Rice is not the best option for us. And again, another question is at what price? Anything north of 50 is too much. You know, that's the problem. I'm not saying I have nothing against him. The guy is good. I mean, but the truth is, at what price?
Yeah.
You know?
It's the English tax. Josh, what do you think?
Extreme English tax. Extreme English tax.
It's English tax, yeah. And honestly, I know probably the only way to get the Declan Rice deal done, like a player plus money. You know, if United were to wanted him, it would be Lingard plus whatever. And for us, it looks like it would have to be Tammy Abraham. I would only sell Tammy Abraham if we get someone else in the door. So for me, Declan Rice is off the table until we sign a striker. It's just I think the striker has to be the priority. I think Declan Rice.
Arsenal want him apparently loan with obligation to buy for 40 million. So you know where Arsenal are right now. Finished.
That's not happening. He is an Arsenal fan, I think, but I can't see him going to Arsenal. I just can't see Chelsea allowing it.
He could go to West Ham or Spurs.
And I think I picked out something for what you just said. Is on loan at West Ham, right? So he's on loan at West Ham. He was on loan at West Ham this past season, right? Mm-hmm. So that makes it actually easier for Manchester United to strike a deal with West Ham to get Declan Rice, because he did well for them.
We also had Barkley at West Ham, so it makes it easier because Barkley is looking for an exit too, right? So
Barkley wasn't at West Ham.
Aston Villa. Am I thinking of Aston Villa? Yeah.
Barkley was at Villa.
I think United will probably end up getting him, but he's not my first choice. But he's a good player, but he's not my first choice.
United would be the best option for him if you ask.
You've already got Daka and Yacho and Jamie Vardy. You're fine. You don't need Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, exactly. You can take Tammy, and maybe we'll take their goalkeeper. Chris, did you hear that? We'll take your goalkeeper.
Take the fourth best goalkeeper in the league.
What did Kepa do there?
Just on that note, obviously, Kepa's touch, man. Also, just on the Chelsea are signing Marcus Bettinelli as the third choice goalkeeper to replace Willy Caballero, which was such a great signing, guys.
Going to a Fulham reject. Your club knows best.
Helly, I don't want Declan Rice, even and everyone. Hello, Helly. Danny Ward. I wouldn't actually mind Danny Ward, to be fair. He's an alright keeper, to be fair.
No, the third best
goalkeeper. Why is Chris scouting for us?
The only keeper I want of you lot is Cash Michael.
Why is Chris suggesting players for Chelsea? Did we ask you to scout for us?
Jesus Christ, Bournemouth love to throw themselves about. Like they do realise this isn't like fucking dancing on ice and all that shit.
Right. No, but that's how they are when they play Chelsea. It's like they turn into like, I don't know, prime Real Madrid or something. It's weird.
We can.
I think this guy would change that physical aspect of their play. What's his name? From their coach, Parker. Parker. Yeah, he would change it. Yeah, he. I mean, but it would take him time because this guy's. It's been long they've been playing that physical style of play. Yeah, Parker would change them, man. I think he would do well with the sets of play, crop of player he has there.
I don't know. I'm surprised Bournemouth stayed in the Premier League as long as they did, with how bad their defense was. Their defense was every single year. They were always bad defensively, but they came against Chelsea. They were just apparently they just cleared everything away and they saved everything. You know, they like playing us for some reason.
To be fair, they had 4 good years in the Premier League. They were actually a very good team, to watch and all that. They were just unfortunate the final season where literally Eddie Howe lost everything. He lost his best centre back. To be fair, they milked Man City dry for 40 million. Fucking genius, but because he's shit. But even so, he lost his best players. He had to deal with injuries. He had Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Frankly, even I would be contemplating either resigning or suicide, having Aaron Ramsdale in goal, who's the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Can we just say Kappa is
worse than
massive.
Karius.
Can we just say Kepa is massively struggling here? His touches, his kicking, his throwing, his
Kepa
tackling.
is so
Like,
shit.
I
He's probably trying to
don't want
impress.
Kepa to have that number 1 jersey at the start. He does not deserve it. He needs to give it up. And I hope somehow that Chelsea just cut their losses and sell him for 5 million and say, you know what, we messed up on that one.
It will
it's
be
fine.
difficult.
We move forward. Like, I'm so tired of Kepa.
The problem is,
It
like,
will be
who do
difficult
you
now.
go if he's your backup, though? If you were to move Kepa on, because, like, fair enough, like, he's
Mendy.
had... I read the article he
Mendy.
brought out recently, and it was actually quite interesting. Like, an article he wrote about himself, and he spoke about his struggles, and he spoke about the incident with Sarri. He actually said he actually wasn't rebelling against Sarri. He was actually telling him he's fine, and he still has a good relationship with him. Like, he actually came out and documented that. There was no... He wasn't refusing to come off. He was telling him he's actually fine. He's not injured. He can play on. Although we all remember what happened. Although we all remember what happened next.
Let's just remember,
he's not good enough. He's not good enough.
He refused to come. I don't believe that he refused to come out because I watched that.
I think he was refusing, but these are his own
Yeah, he
words.
refused.
No, I don't know if I agree with that, guys. I remember that match perfectly, and it instantly when that happened, I figured that he was just telling him no, like I'm okay, because the physio was with him, and I think it seemed like there was kind of a miscommunication between the physio and the bench. So as soon as he put his hand, because when I saw the incident, I didn't really think much of it. I thought, yeah, he's just saying, you know, I'm okay, like I'm okay to carry on. I don't know why Caballero's warming up, but I don't know. Afterwards, everything blew up, and everyone was like, "Oh, he refused to come off," and I was like, it's a bit weird. But okay.
Yeah, he refused. That was what it was. He refused to come off because the idea was that Caballero, he knew those guys very well. He's played with them. Yeah, that was a good try. Lionel, the idea was that Caballero knew those guys, knew the Manchester City players very well, and that gives him an added advantage to help. That is to stop their penalties. That was the idea. It wasn't whether Kepa was injured or not.
Those are his words.
Yeah, but that's the point. Once you're asked to come out, you should come out. You shouldn't even resist whether you're okay or not. That's my argument. You get my argument, brother.
I think the only reason why Sarri got Caballero to warm up was because he thought Kepa was injured, not because he wanted him to come and save penalties.
Nobody said anything about injuries after the game. Even Sarri never said anything about if he did, I didn't hear it. But that's, by the way, I was going to say something. Your argument about numbers, I was going to say, like I made a comment in your video, numbers these days in football don't matter.
Exactly. Like there's Man United fans. There's Man United fans that are bitching about Sancho getting the number 7. I'm like, well, no.
Exactly. So numbers are just more like, yeah, exactly. So it's just more like a reference point for analysis. You can say number 5, we know who you're talking about. Number 2, number 3, we know you're talking about. 3, we know you're talking about the left back, because these days numbers don't matter. Jorginho is wearing number 5. With 92, 93, or 90s, number 5, you'd be a center back. You get my point. But numbers don't matter these days. It don't really matter whether Kepa wears number 1 or even 0 if he wants. Honestly, I want him out. He's cost more damages than the good he's done.
I've got two things to say. Also, first of all, Tammy Abraham should have scored there. A few minutes ago, it should be 1-0 to Chelsea. And the other thing is that, see, just going back to the goalkeeper situation, we need to remember Kepa is going to be the first choice goalkeeper in January when Mendy's away at the Africa Cup of Nations. So so it's very possible Kepa had an incredible January. He'd be the number 1 keeper. Mendy would be benched. So, that's something to keep in mind too. Kepa.
There's something we must consider. Go ahead, Lionel.
No, I was just gonna say, Josh, I don't see that happening at all. He can have the best January, have clean sheets from the 1st to the 31st, and make the greatest saves in the world. I really don't see him.
To be fair, with all due respect to Mendy, he had a very good defensive front from next year, and he won the Player of the Year. I'll give him credit, the African Player of the Year. But he's not a great goalkeeper. He's not particularly great. But, I'm not done. No.
Reese,
No, but okay, just let me know who you're talking about.
forget
I want
the
to know.
match. Let's
Mendy.
have this discussion.
All right, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Right, I've got nothing against the lad. Just before anyone actually says it, right? I'm not got anything against him. The numbers he had in France weren't particularly good either. Mind you, the club he was playing for, no surprise. But he still showed why Chelsea made an effort to sign him. He won the Player of the Year for all of Africa, rightfully so, because he had a very good season once he got into the team. But he's not done it over a full season in the Premier League yet to show he's actually good. He's a proper great goalkeeper. But that's not a knock on him. I still think he's a very good goalkeeper. He's just not great yet. I think, but he still needs something better around him to challenge him, to take him to that next level. And I don't think Kepa's that goalkeeper.
I really don't understand your argument.
No, it's no argument. I'm just saying, in terms of Kepa's not that great a goalkeeper, but Mendy's not at the level to be an absolute brilliant.
What is missing? What's left for Mendy to show you that he's at that level?
For me, it's just I look at some of the things he'd done before he joined Chelsea. Like a few games I remember, there was just sloppy errors in his game. But then he's got into this season he's just had, and those sort of errors he didn't have. And I want to see how, how there's some keepers who make an error in a game and then it gets to their judgment, it affects them, and then they make a mistake and they don't come back from it. I want to see what he can do if he comes back from this, proper test his mentality as a goalkeeper, because he's in the toughest league in the world. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Reese, can I just have 2 quick points to make. One, I do see some of the faults in Mendy and the way he keeps. I think he's very quick to make a decision. He's sometimes, instead of just taking that beat and waiting for the player or to take the shot or make the move, he's very quick to make the decision, and sometimes he's left flat-footed. But watching Mendy game in and game out and going, I know it's not a great example going from Kepa to Mendy. Obviously, I could get in goal and probably do a better job than Kepa. But I think
it's a challenge.
There's some technical stops. There's some stops that Mendy has made both in the Champions League and in the Premier League that just show his quality above all. I really rate him. I think he definitely would have won. Yes, he did have a good defense in front of him, but to be honest, if we look at this Chelsea defense, even when Tuchel came in, there was still a lot of mistakes. There was still a lot of gaps that needed filling, and he had to be there to fill those gaps. I mean, honestly, I think it was the game against Man United when I first saw him make an amazingly good save, and it was off a Rashford shot. And honestly,
last detail for Rashford,
it was So any other goalkeeper that probably would have gone in, but his reflexes and the time in which he sees the ball and dives towards it, I think that little bit of class happened throughout several matches where we saw that, yes, again, like you said, he didn't, he was defending, but when he was called upon, and that's what's important for some goalkeepers, because some goalkeepers will go to sleep if they have a great defense in front of them. They just go to sleep. Look at Liverpool's Cruyff or whatever his name is. He had an amazing defense in front of him. Half the time he's asleep and making crazy mistakes. But Mendy is always alive. He's always ready to go, and he's shown that over and over again. And we have to see what happens this year. But he would have won the Golden Glove last year if.
I definitely think he's a very good goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking him in any way. I think he's a very good goalkeeper. He's just not a great goalkeeper yet. But he's what 20. He is early 20s as well. So he's got such.
No, he's 27.
I thought he was younger than that. I don't know if he was younger.
Mendy wasn't a professional goalkeeper 3-4 years ago. He's very new to the whole. Rennes was his first big competitive club. So he only started being a proper goalkeeper 24, 25, and he's doing this at 27 when he's only been playing football at this level for 3 or 4 years.
I just thought he was younger. Fair play him. But this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not knocking him in any way. I still think, like, in terms of who he's challenging in the league to be the best goalkeeper, not his teammate, like challenging in the league, he's certainly better than most of them. Like, he is better than most of them. It's when you get into like Europe, is he in the top 5? Not yet, but can he be? Yeah, he can, because he does show.
You don't think Mendy's in the top 5, Reese?
In terms of European goalkeepers, no.
Mendy is so good that even Neuer.
Who's your top 5?
In terms of who's actually playing right now in Europe?
Yeah.
Not Szczesny, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Top 5.
Mendy's done so well that even Neuer discussed him as one of the best keepers in the world this past season.
Him. Just, I don't think best yet. That's just what I'm saying.
So the point I was trying to make before,
I have to. Chelsea perspective. I just really want to hear what Reese's top 5 in Europe is.
Okay, Reese, go ahead.
I actually want my top 5. Does it really matter? Okay.
No. I just
go ahead, Reese. Go ahead.
To kind of see like who you're comparing him to and why he's not in that top 5. Okay.
Okay, so the top 5 goalkeepers I see in Europe is All Black number 1.
Who?
All Black.
Okay.
All Black. Okay.
Yeah. Ederson.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm going to say the next one as well. I end up being sick. Scum that plays for Liverpool. We'll leave it at that. Like, we're not going to go any further.
Right.
Neuer's in there. It's in no particular order. It's just like those 5. And then the last one I'll have to say is Keylor Navas.
No, stop it.
Exactly. Stop it is right. What did Mendy do to you?
Anyway, okay.
Right. Let's stop.
Let's
get Tom's opinion.
Really?
Right. So Mendy is obviously Mendy, our goalkeeper. Reece is saying that he's a good goalkeeper, but he's not top 5 best in Europe, and he's not up there with like the best goalkeepers. Do you agree?
I'd say in terms of, well, he's only had one season in top flight football. But if you're just going to do it off of performances for Chelsea in that season, everyone in that season, then yeah, you have to say he's top 5 in Europe. But obviously, a lot of those players have proven it multiple times. You know what I mean? They've proven it again and again and again, season after season, which is probably why Reece has then put them in that top 5.
No. I did, hold on, Tom. I want to start a fight right now, and you're pushing me to start a fight. We judge players based on current performance.
So that's what I'm saying. On current performance, Mendy's in it. Yeah,
exactly. That's why every year you have new Ballon d'Or winner. You don't say because this guy's done that in the past because he's done it 3 consecutive years, give it to him. That's not the way it works. Numbers don't lie, people. We all know that. Mendy outperformed even most of those goalkeepers that Reece, I think Reece just wanted to start a fight. Let me put it that way.
Reece, I think you got
I didn't mean to cut you off.
If I wanted to start a fight, I would go to a whole new level.
Tom, regarding the friendly so far, Tammy Abraham's missed 2 really, really good clear-cut chances.
I'm only messing. I like Mendy. I'm just messing with you.
Tammy,
did you see? And again, if you're talking about how the defense made him good, you should remember that it goes both ways. It does go both ways. When you have a good goalkeeper, the defense settles and then focus on performance. When you have a good defense, also the goalkeeper settles and focus on his performance. So Mendy is pivotal to how well our defenders did. If you remember the game against Madrid, he made those 2 crucial saves. One was from Benzema. He was very vocal. He was talking to his defenders, and each time the ball gets to him, when the guy that takes the shot isn't pressured enough, he speaks out, and that makes a great difference. But anyway, you started the fight. It was a good fight anyway. I enjoyed it.
I'll say this though. There is one thing that Lionel said that I do think is fair, is the fact that like the decisions at times when it can be a little bit too rash and maybe just slow himself down.
Great point there, yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing either.
Great point. And again, no goalkeeper is perfect.
That's some of the things that I've noticed with Mendy, and it is, and especially in the for example, in the Champions League final when what's his name, Mahrez almost scored in like the last minute or something, and you could tell that he had already made the decision to go right when the ball was far on his left, and it was a floated ball. So I'm thinking, at what point did you make that decision to go right and kind of?
I don't know where he gets in. I don't know where he gets in his thought process, unless it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he not right-handed? So like, it could just be that the right-hand side is just his comfortable spot, like for where his dominant side is. I don't know, but it could be that. But I don't know. But I think you just look at it like maybe he's just anticipating it a bit too early.
I think I'm going to have to look at that portion of the game again, Lionel. I remember that he was rooted, and thank God the ball just went over the woodwork. I'll look at it again. I don't think it was really his fault because it was a deflection. It was a deflection that dropped the ball for Mahrez. So he had already made the decision to go towards that angle before the ball dropped to Mahrez. Before he could even return, Mahrez took it one time. He didn't even drop it, right? Mahrez didn't even drop it. Exactly.
I don't remember the action on Mahrez, but that even outside of that Champions League, there's many other instances where I've seen him kind of rooted to a spot because he's made that decision. So anyway, can we just talk about how horrible Chelsea are looking right now in this game, or is it just
talk about how Dujon Sterling's back of his head is very, very questionable in terms of a haircut? Anyone else seen that just now?
I'm still laughing at the fact that Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi like about 20 minutes ago were the way they flung themselves in the box, like the way they flung themselves was like watching a swan dive.
Some of the friends everyone so far, Chelsea have probably been the better team. Bournemouth haven't had really real chances, so Kappa has looked extremely dodgy and extremely shaky. Tammy Abraham missed two very, very clear-cut chances.
He's just missed another one.
He was in on goal. Shot the keeper. He has just missed a header over the bar, which in a good heading position. Danny Drinkwater has actually looked okay. I thought physically
made another tackle.
That chance by Abraham was.
Drinkwater's actually looked good.
Was appalling.
How's Lewis Baker?
He should be scoring that.
He's been okay. To be fair, at centre back, his defensive position has been quite good.
Good tackle from him there. Literally, just as I mentioned.
Conor Gallagher struggling a bit. Hudson-Odoi's looking good, but Tammy Abraham. This is exactly why we need a striker in a nutshell. Why Tammy Abraham's just missed.
Bring on Broja.
You know how you feel about Mendy? That's exactly how I feel about Connor. I don't see it. I don't get it.
See Conor Gallagher?
Nope,
I don't rate Tammy Abraham. I don't know why you've got him.
Coming for us. What is going on?
Conor Gallagher struggled. He has struggled. So Danny Drinkwater's been.
There's no cohesion.
It's
no cohesion there.
Side, though. I don't think he's adapted to it yet.
We can all get to the ball. No, Tammy Abraham. This is why we need a striker, because Abraham cannot lead the line next season.
Right.
He had the perfect opportunity. He had the perfect opportunity.
Not defending. Yeah. By the way, Tom Kappa has looked horribly bad.
I saw bits of it, like little bits of it, just as I was driving, and like my dad had it on his phone. But I'm disappointed. I knew Kepa wouldn't do very well. That defending, bloody hell, Gallagher got lucky there.
Gallagher struggled. Conor Gallagher has really struggled. I think that Danny Drinkwater's doing particularly well, but I think Conor Gallagher's definitely not got into it yet.
There's no cohesion in the midfield. No cohesion at all.
You wouldn't expect that. You wouldn't expect that between two players.
How's Sarr playing?
He's been good. The back three looked a bit shaky, but the individuals like Baker, Sarr, and Sterling, they're doing well.
I'm assuming Alonso's been
Alonso's been terrible. Classic Marcus Alonso, slow and terrible.
Yeah.
I think this you expect such in preseason, and this is the first serious game they've played so far. So,
Well,
yeah.
see, what do you guys think about Hudson-Odoi wing back? Do we see him playing wing
No.
back long term?
He clearly there's something clearly Tuchel wants in a right wing back, and Hudson-Odoi is the current player who fits that bill. That's not Reece James. He clearly wants something from that right wing back position, and it's just whether or not Hudson-Odoi can actually do it is a very very different question.
You remember whenever he plays in that position, his primary duty isn't actually to defend. It's just exactly. So that's why he likes it himself. But I think he's done better for me under Tuchel when he played as a second 10 against Tottenham.
Yeah,
I think he played better in that game. He just wasn't quite lucky enough to score. Yeah. So exactly. For the forward, he does better. But even if he plays as a right wing back, I like him there still because he's very direct and he puts his skills to good use.
I like that from Drinkwater, bossing Nick Kepa about, bringing the ball upfield.
Go on, Dan Drinkwater.
He's the one.
Ziyech will always look for his left foot.
I know, that's the issue. He's so left-footed.
Yeah, he'll always look for it because that could have been a one-time cross from somebody who's right-footed.
I know.
Also, how can someone that shit be in a Chelsea shirt?
Who?
Can I get
Drinkwater.
He's won more trophies than United have in the last 5-6 years.
He's still shit, mate.
So then, if that's the case, what are United?
Still bigger than you.
You've still got Phil Jones.
What do you guys think what Drinkwater means when he says, "I'm going to stay and fight for my place"?
I'll laugh.
He's boosted his price.
I think the translation simple means I'm going to stay and earn some more money.
A fiver to a tenner.
He's not fighting for his place or anything. He's just staying, earning that money. And if nobody comes, he's okay with it.
He's your equivalent to Phil Jones. He's just sitting there getting money.
Yeah,
so,
that's what
he's pissed.
It's half time. Chelsea are drawing the lead with Bournemouth. Chelsea should be winning this game. Abraham should have buried at least 3 chances, or at least one of them. Just back up the point that why we need a striker. It's just back up the point that we need a striker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
again,
I'll be interested to see how Broja does.
For anyone who isn't aware, the Chelsea bench is Mendy, Bergstrom, Barber, Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, Boris, Saber-Costa, Mansfield, Chilo. So yeah, the second team doesn't have the bench doesn't particularly have many first team players. They've probably Loftus-Cheek, Saber-Costa, those are probably the only players. The rest of them, except for Mendy.
Saber-Costa, you love Saber-Costa, man.
Have you seen his mustache?
That doesn't make him a good football player.
The guy came.
Saber-Costa's a fucking bomb scare of a footballer.
Why are you guys talking about people's hairstyle and mustache?
Honestly, Saber-Costa gives me like criminal vibes. Like you just look at him and you think you've definitely been in the nick. Like, the man's a bomb scare. I don't know how you've got him. You can do better than that.
I hope that I get to be on a Man United stream someday with Reese, so I can chat about how average of what's his name is. What's the penalty guy's name in United?
The penalty guy.
Penandes.
Oh.
Yeah, your best player when he went to Portugal looked like, I don't know, he looked like he was playing for the female team or something. And
our best player's French, but we'll just say that.
Oh, really? Is he?
Our best player's French.
Oh, sure.
Our most prolific player, like last season, was Portuguese, but our best player is Paul Pogba.
He's not going to be.
Doesn't say much, does it?
Pogba won't be with much longer.
He'll probably be going shortly anyway. So
going to PSG.
Hernandez was he was horrible in the Euros. He was horrible. Somebody had
Because
to
he didn't get any of the
put out a tweet saying, "I'm looking for Hernandez." Did anybody see him?
No, he had an awful.
Yeah,
tournament.
he was awful.
Koundé.
And we're,
Also, yeah,
we're one
actually,
Champions League trophy away from United.
But
We're catching up.
Really?
have we spoken about Koundé yet as well?
Yeah, we basically just said how it just basically just sums up in short. Like Kurt Zuma is clearly not liked by Thomas Tuchel. If Zuma's going to go to Sevilla and he's coming the other way, it just shows that Thomas Tuchel just simply doesn't want them. It's just plain as simple as that.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Like, obviously, it'd be nice if he did well because I mean, I remember before his injury, he was a beast. But obviously, if Tuchel doesn't see what's right with him, then what doesn't see?
Only appreciate Friday it's Bournemouth after all. But is it just me or Jaguar and Sarr don't look bad until now? Especially other than CHO and Siakam. Yeah, Jaguar's actually been his link-up play has been all right. To be fair, yes.
Yeah.
Saber Coster's a poor man's co-fell.
Oh my! Come on! Be nice, Ankit.
Leave.
Just be nice a little bit.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting behaviour.
Oh, that's nasty.
The disrespect to a legend.
A legend with one wonder goal, a goal that you will never forget.
What is happening? It is a good appointment. Koundé's obviously favourite, but there's no way he comes in and beats the starting. He's all starting centre back. He comes.
No, but he's also 22.
I definitely think that's the idea. I think the pursuit for Koundé means that he comes into that 3, and because I think there's going to be a less of a use of Thiago Silva because of his age and his the fact that he's prone to injury. So that back 3 solidified would be Rudiger, Christensen, and Koundé. I think that's what Thomas Tuchel is looking to do with this with the side.
Yeah. The good thing for Thiago is you can use him in the big games that matter because his experience will be important in big games. So,
I was going to ask this. Koundé and Christensen, who's better equipped to take on the mantle of Thiago Silva? I'd argue Christensen is better equipped to take on that mantle, honestly, if you ask me.
I would agree. And also, I think Koundé is actually more of a replacement for Aspi than he is for Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Because he's played right back as Dave has done, and he's obviously majority a centre back. But a right-sided centre back, I think, would actually suit Koundé more than a central of a 3, which Christensen and Silva can rotate between themselves.
Oh, guys, I think it's official. Varane to United is done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they United have announced it now.
Yeah.
How you said about Tammy Abraham? Tammy Abraham probably will stay. I just can't see him going now. I just don't know because it all depends if we get a striker in. So who's next? Enjoying seeing your lone army live. Enjoying seeing our lone army fight live. Christensen was smart. Conte is a replacement for Aspie will stay in the team. I think. I can't see Aspie.
Yeah, but Silva rotation. One of the reasons why Thomas Tuchel played the back 3 was to get Azpilicueta into the team. He obviously didn't see him as a right back, so he wanted to get him as right centre back. He wanted the captain in the team, so Azpilicueta will stay. The link in the Twitter feed says it's private, guys. I will sort that out. And Tabby missing shot. Yeah, Tabby Abrams had 2 great chances, and the shots were so bad. I'm just right at Mark Travers, which was good. And then congrats for Varane quality.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replays. Has Pulisic actually had a particularly good game?
All he's done is dive.
Yeah, he did well.
Or throw himself in the box, I should say. That was spectacular.
I mean,
I think Pulisic is mediocre.
Who?
Pulisic. I think he's another one who's just like overhyped, to be honest.
The only reason you've got him is because of the American market to make sales. I actually don't think he's that good a footballer.
Great point right there, Josh. Reese, great point. Yeah, the American market is huge for Chelsea, and it take a horrible performance like 2 consecutive seasons before the club would decide to sell him. But I wouldn't say his average right now because he's been unlucky. He's been in and out of the team due to injuries. Hopefully, if he stays fit, the jury will be out on him this coming season. So.
Well, he was fit towards the end of the season, and when we played, what was it? Last match was against Aston Villa, was it? Or
he was wasteful. Yeah.
Was it Aston Villa, the last game that we played?
Aston Villa, even Man City, where he had the opportunity to stake claim for a start in the Champions League final.
Exactly.
He was wasteful. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was wasteful. Yeah.
And it just shows, I think, maybe he's not one of those players that can adapt to systems. Maybe I think, again, the Real Madrid game made him look good because Real Madrid were abysmal at home, to be honest. I think when he scored that goal, Varane looked out of place. Who was it? Malit? I forget who's the second defender who was also definitely dreadful. So looking at those games where you kind of think to yourself, oh my goodness, Christian Pulisic is the next big thing. It's either against really small teams in the Premier League. Yes, he had kind of a good game when we lost against Liverpool, where he danced around and dribbled and whatever. But again, you have to look at the surrounding factors of that game. Liverpool had just won the league already. They didn't really care about the match and still managed to dominate us at the end of the day and beat us. So I'm still waiting and to see like what all this hype is about Pulisic, but honestly, I don't see it.
Just another point to ask you, someone who we should be seeing here in a second. I have Ruben Loftus-Cheek. What do you think is going to happen with Ruben?
It's a strange one for me. I think we're all somehow or to some measure sentimentally attached to his career because you could argue he's one of the most technically gifted talent to have come through the Chelsea Academy. And he's been quite unlucky because on the Sarri, he was fire. He creates chances, scored some great goals. He had great chemistry with Hazard, who again, some of the players there, and then he had that horrible injury in the United States. I think he still got it in him, and the issue I had with him was he shouldn't have left the club to go on loan to where again was it Fulham, right? He was basically exactly he hit the panic button because he started 2 games or so and he didn't really perform that bad, but he got scared and ran away and went on loan. Had he stayed, he would have, played more games. And by now, we'd be seeing that Ruben Loftus-Cheek that we all love to watch play. But I didn't know who made that decision for him to leave on loan. We played quite a lot of games. I didn't know why he had to leave on loan. And the loan in the end wasn't that helpful, because we had people in the team that performed even worse than he did in those games, in those 2 games or 3 games that he started or he played the part in under Frank Lampard. But I hated it that you could say he got scared and ran away. But hopefully this is a chance for him to prove that he could still do it. Yeah.
I don't know if that was his choice to leave, was it? And
it
also,
was his choice, if you ask me.
I think also with the injury, because I watched he had a recent interview with Hudson-Odoi where he was asked about it, and he said that the aim of that loan was to get regular playing time, which he didn't think he was going to get at Chelsea, which rightfully so. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
It's still not too late for him. Go ahead,
just to say to you, Nathan, he went to his first Cardiff game today, 500 days later after his last one. Southampton are beating Cardiff 5-0.
Up the Swans! No, so I'm saying up the Swans because I go to university in Swansea, and
And
Oh,
also,
the Cardiff.
Preston North End are beating Man City in a friendly.
Are they? They were losing at one point.
I'll do. I mean, if they
No,
get
I'm
beat,
just-
say,
I'm-
if they get beat like
No,
if they get beat
City
by,
are
like,
beating
5 goals,
Preston 2-0.
I was just winding you up. I was just winding you up to see if you would laugh about Ben.
I would love to laugh at Ben, but unfortunately, City are not losing to Preston North End now, are they?
to be fair, it's only pre-season. It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, the only
Just
reason
wait
you have pre-season
to get
is to that's about it. Get a bit of fitness in. I mean, last season we had Ziyech get injured against Brighton, didn't we? Which kind of derailed his start of his season, which wasn't brilliant. I remember the
Chelsea practice. Just to ask you, remember you mentioned about that injury, obviously, lad. About that injury, like ripping off his cheek. It was so unfortunate that Chelsea had to play that friendly. You know, Chelsea had to use
in the first place.
Chelsea had the Abramovich told Sarri he had to use the first team players because it was a terrible friendly. It was like a very like the pitch was in a terrible state. You know, it was like artificial surface. With
was
like grass.
was that a synthetic pitch? I didn't know that.
It was a mixture. It was a mixture pitch that they did just before the game, but it was not done
That's
properly.
even more dangerous.
Well, at least Abraham survived.
In terms of Chelsea team news, Conor Gallagher, Tammy Abraham, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Marcus Alonso will be starting the second half. Edouard Mendy will be replacing Kepa or Elisa Balaga.
Thank God.
Hopefully,
Thank Christ. There's a reason why we bought another keeper
right.
For free.
So the subs.
You bought a third choice keeper from what club again?
Fulham.
Yeah, the keeper they let go on loan. I think it's becoming synonymous with Chelsea to go for free agents who. It's funny, but. You never know.
The Chelsea substitutes that are coming on. The Chelsea substitutes that are coming on are the following: Ross Barkley, Matt Miazga, Jvsh, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Jake Hartzaza, and Armando Pereira are all coming on.
Right, Bro's coming on as well. So playing two up top.
I don't. I think Abraham's away.
so.
No, yeah, Abraham's staying on. So I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, interesting. Clark's back in the team.
And obviously, as I said,
By the way, how do we feel about this new kit?
It's not good.
I don't like it.
I hate it. I hate it so
I think
much.
it's awful.
It is really bad.
The players that have gone off: Malang Massar, Danny Drinkwater, Christian Pulisic, Sterling, Hakim Ziyech, Lewis Baker are all off. I think Drinkwater deserved another few minutes, but
I think him and Sarr possibly did.
So there we go. We're kicking off here at the second half between Chelsea and Bournemouth.
It's quite an attacking team they've gone for, actually, if you think about it. Because if they've taken on Danny Drinkwater and put on Ross Barkley, that's quite an...
Seven changes from Thomas Tuchel at halftime.
Are they playing three in midfield then? A three...
You honestly don't know what Thomas Tuchel's team.
5-2?
We'd have to see when they're playing.
There's no Xavier Costa. There's no Xavier Costa.
Who cares? He's playing 3-5-2. There's the man, the myth, the legend that is Mendy. There's record breaker. Mendy.
Reese is fuming right now.
Yeah,
I cannot believe.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm watching the stream. What was it?
Edouard Mendy is on this waste man.
Wait, so Conor Gallagher's playing in the Jorginho role.
Again, now I see him.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Now I see him. Never mind.
So by the looks of it, it does look like it's a 2 up top.
Yeah, it's a 3-5-2 by the looks of things.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
I think it's a 3-5-2.
No, but I think it's. Hold on.
I think it's
because there's Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, and Barkley playing as a 3 with Gallagher in the holding role.
Who's down in the middle? Who's wearing Who's wearing number? Is that 26?
Chalobah.
Oh, Trevor.
He's a
Yeah,
centre
Trevor.
back.
Here's a
Him-
question. Should we have sold his brother?
Sold who?
Chalobah's brother. Nathaniel Chalobah.
He wanted to leave. I don't know why we seem to always look at this thing from one side.
No, I'm just
If
saying,
you
like,
wanted to
was it a
leave-
mistake to let him go? Just a question, like.
No, it wasn't. It was never a mistake.
Okay.
If you ask me, yeah, it was. And again, we can't keep all of them. I mean,
No.
it was, yeah.
Just throwing out a question for everyone.
He's back. He's back to the. He's back with Bournemouth, right? He's back with Watford, right?
Yeah, so he's back in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's back in the Premier League. Yeah.
So he'll be
Okay,
relevant
so-
at the end
mistake
of
for
the
me.
season then.
Just
Like
confirm.
Ross Barkley is one of those players that I really hope that he would make it at Chelsea. I really enjoyed watching him at Everton, and it's such a
Who is
shame
that?
he's Ross Barkley. Such a shame that his career hasn't flourished at
all the
Chelsea.
way.
I have a very scary Chelsea stat here for all of you guys. You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matt Miazga has broken a Chelsea record for making the most appearances in a non-competitive game for Chelsea, but yet to make it a competitive start.
Wow.
Go on. Oh, Callaghan.
So he's a pre-season merchant, but he kind of get in the main team for competitive games. So that's a shame.
Sorry, who again?
Matt Miazga.
Centre back.
Oh,
Yeah, but
no, the American.
I think he needs to go. I think he
needs
needs
to
to
go.
kind of
Look,
be
look
like,
who's
"You know
just
what, I'm
joined the
done."
chat, boys. Look who's just joined the comments.
How old is he?
Oh, Ben.
Welcome, Ben.
Yes.
Wow. That's okay.
Are you
I
drunk?
think,
boy?
Boys, that's a good one.
I think Barkley's his greatest problem is inconsistency, because he's got it in him. He's got good technique, a good pass with both foot, and he could shoot from outside the 18. And he's one of the only players who shoots very well from outside the 18. But he's just not consistent.
I don't
Is
think
it
he's
me
a
or is-
Chelsea. I don't think he's a Chelsea level midfielder, to be honest. Like, you look at the midfielders you've had, or
Sorry?
you actually sign. I don't think he's actually good enough for you guys. I don't think he is.
I think he benches Pogba.
Who?
What just happened?
Bournemouth for
The
it.
guy missed it.
Bournemouth for it. And he missed it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, gosh. Conor
What
Gallagher.
happened
gets
there?
it
This
all
I'm a
away.
wee bit behind. I'm looking forward to seeing. Is this from the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, come on, Gallagher. He's not looking good today, is
Yeah.
he?
Your
No,
favorite
Kelly
guy,
struggles.
Connor. Proper shit show.
Chalobah started
Go on,
strong,
Gallagher.
though.
That is appalling.
Chalobah started strong. His passing and his movement's been actually really good. I know it's only been not 4 minutes, but he's been pressured quite highly.
Gallagher doesn't look settled to me. It looks like he needs to slow down a bit in the way he plays.
Well, he's probably trying to prove as much as possible, because obviously he's basically the Mason Mount 2.0. So he's probably trying to prove himself as much as possible. Obviously, if you
That's
do too
very
much,
possible, yeah.
if you do
That
too
may
much,
be the
sometimes
case.
it's not always a good thing. Sometimes it's better to take a deep breath and just play your game. Go on.
There you go, our boy. That's what I miss. Did you see that pass?
Oh, no.
Did you see that pass from Loftus-Cheek?
Yeah.
Lovely.
He holds it, pulls the defenders towards him before he lets go a pass.
I think Fred is better than Conor Gallagher.
All right, okay. I understood what you meant at first with Gallagher, and then you've just lost all validity or whatever the hell.
No, I'm just messing with Reese. I'm messing with Reese. Reese has been dead set on just killing us with Mendy today, so I'm taking every shot possible.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
At least,
and he was serious about it.
Go after someone I don't rate, like Dan No Brain James. Like, that makes more sense. But
I didn't realize he was 23, Dan James.
Yeah, 23, and he's got as much hope as Bob Hope. Honestly, I don't rate him at all.
Wow.
Thank you, Tom Madzi, for subscribing to the channel if you're still watching.
He plays great for Wales, but he can't do it for where it matters most. His club.
Fair enough.
It looks like Bournemouth has stepped up a gear.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, that's a foul, ref.
Surprise.
Thank you.
Surprise. Bournemouth. There's got an extra comment from the thing there. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's quality should be given a chance. Well, he should be given a chance to play in the midfield this season. He gives us something different to what Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante give us. I would definitely keep him and get rid of Barkley. But what do you guys think?
He's a good player, Loftus-Cheek, but I agree with Chelsea perspective. He did fucking going to Fulham was a stupid decision. If he wanted to, he could have stayed and fought for his place, or if he wanted to do something, he could have played for like a mid-table team rather than a team like fucking Fulham.
Yeah,
if he wants to get Premier League experience and not play and not struggle against the Chelsea team, then fine, you can play for a team that's better up in the league. At least make an effort. But Fulham are shit.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
I feel like though, with his injury, a lot of other clubs wouldn't take him. If that makes sense. Like
I think he would have done better. I think he would have done well at Villa though.
But he would have done well at Villa. But whether or not Villa went in for him is a very, very different story. There is a chance that only Fulham came in for
Was
the
Fulham
loan.
the only club that came in for him though? Like, was Fulham the actual only one, or was there anyone else?
I mean, we genuinely have no idea, do we?
Can we just say, I do think this game does confirm that Conor Gallagher is not ready for the Premier League, and then they show like,
well,
like
not ready for the Chelsea.
It might be a position thing, no, for Connor. Maybe he's not
Very
comfortable playing there.
But then again, that's why these preseason games, you see them as auditions.
Is it me or is Barkley? Wham. Or is it just me? Barkley looks the biggest he's ever been. In terms of muscle.
Look at my boy. You see the way he dropped the ball with his chest. That's Barkley for you. That's one of the things.
Hey, that's Lionel's boy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things he does that annoys me. I don't know why.
Do you remember the guy? Do you guys remember?
Jeez.
What a save.
Good turn. Break on him. Break on him.
Top 5. That's
cross it one time.
Oh,
come on, AB.
That's a good save.
Oh my God. Yawn.
So Tommy hasn't even learned to drop the ball and guide defenders.
That pass from Barkley was trash. And the rest of it was even worse.
Yeah, so long as Tommy touched the ball, he could just stand there and block the defenders before making a decision.
Can I just say, I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek is looking really, really well, like physically. His body.
He looks fit. Yeah, he looks fit.
He looks quick off the mark as well. You know when like some players can be a bit slow, a bit sluggish. He's bang on the ball.
I am liking the way Broya plays.
Guys, right? I'm sorry. Right, we have to do some dress. We have to talk about dress. And so, can we just say what the hell was Hasenhüttl wearing at the preseason game? What is that? That's the Southampton manager. What?
I think
he's trying to be a magician.
Wait, are we in a fashion show right now? You guys have talked about people's hairstyle, mustache, not the dress.
I think what I can confirm is he's seen Gareth Frodgate and he's decided that's what I want to look like if I want to do
Frodgate.
Well. Gareth who?
Benson from Man City went 2-0 with a lot of youth players taking part.
Lots of youth? Who?
Gareth who?
I didn't say that. I just learned from somebody.
Oh my goodness, Reese. Reese just has a hot take today.
I want to know who the youth players. I've hardly see any like the players I know from their youth team that actually seen their team folding.
Can we also just make a comment? Hudson-Odoi's defensive work was really, really good there too.
Yeah, I think he's been working on that. He needs to in order to play for Tuchel.
But no, that save from Mendy was world class. He literally got his toe to that.
It was top
nice work
5.
from
It's
Ross.
definitely top 5 in Europe type of save. Some people.
You just like saying
Roger?
top 5 for a reason. Like, there's just no other. There's no other way about it.
Oh!
It's like top 5.
That was really well played from Broja.
Come on.
A Chelsea fan just said, whoever arranged this Bournemouth friendly, please for love of God sack them. We just can't beat them.
We haven't beaten him in a while. He's going to shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Alonso! Nope, that's
I think the good thing is though is at least Bournemouth are giving you a lot like a bit of like a workout. Like they're actually giving like their fringe players like we'll take them to the limit of just like working the fuck out of them, but that's about it really. Like they're not going to score.
Bournemouth always take us so seriously, regardless if it's a pre-season game, a tournament. It just always
they just hate you. Like that's just what it looks like. But it's to say, like I think to be fair, it's a good thing. Like for any football team, like doesn't matter if it's a pre-season or
Ruben is looking fit.
Seriously,
Yeah,
take them seriously. Like
go
I
on.
mean, I hate Leeds, but I take them
Rip
seriously.
it. Come on.
Too hard. Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Oh, who's that?
So how long do you reckon Marcus
Yes,
Alonso? How long do you reckon Marcus Alonso's got before he gets shipped out?
Nice guy.
I think after the season he'll be gone.
What the heck is Abraham saying there?
I need to score. Give me a pass or give me a penalty.
Make it easier for
probably
me.
missed that as well.
Here's a question for everyone though: would you rather keep Alonso or Emerson this season? Because personally, I'd say Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah,
I agree.
for sure.
Emerson, in my opinion, is a better player. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think Emerson, yeah.
I'm an Emerson
Alonso-
fanatic, so
Alonso is just getting worse.
He is. It's because he's getting.
No, he hasn't been bad in this game, actually.
He's just tragic.
come on.
He worked so well there.
I don't think you've got anybody in that position. Obviously, apart from Chilwell, but like you don't have anybody else.
No, well, that's why we should. I
And
like
that's
Emerson.
concerning.
But yeah, if Chilwell gets injured, we are in a bit of trouble.
There are
We should get
there are
those-
players out there.
See what you see that?
Good ball.
This is just going to be a typical Chelsea game, isn't it? Frustrating.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally, this is just.
This wasn't a bad pass, actually.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it
just
wasn't. It
Bit
wasn't.
too much on it, unfortunately.
Oh,
Does Mason Mount get the number 8 this season?
If who
I think
lives,
Mason Mount should get the number 10 this season, and Pulisic should go somewhere far away.
it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Pulisic's not losing the number 10. It's basically depend on if Barkley goes on loan or something. Because if you see, bloody hell,
Whoa.
it's a foul.
That's what differentiates men from boys. Why do that?
He's not going anywhere, and there's a whole
just
line
follow
of
him.
defenders in front of him.
Use your body instead of doing this. You could.
Oh no!
Oof. Whoa.
It's a good spot for the free kick.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
also an ex-Chelsea player right there.
I mean, the whole league is full of ex-Chelsea players. I think if you look at like every team, there's either like loanee or an ex-player. It's crazy.
Also, just saying, unfortunately, Josh's laptop has done a little bit of an oof, so he'll be back very, very shortly. But I really hope they don't score this. I really hope they don't score this.
My match has done a bit of an oof too. What the hell?
I'll tell you what,
Yes,
though, at least we
my
got
link
some-
randomly decided to go. Oh, it's now offline. I'm like, well, that's cute.
Okay, yeah, it's back.
Yeah, live stream offline. Like, who the fuck do they think they are?
This is a very, very tall wall. You have to say, what, Broja, Chalobah, Tammy, and I think that's Loftus. That's a very tall wall.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
You'll do well to score.
Okay.
But, I mean,
It looks like you're ahead of us.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, it looks like, because you just said your reaction was for the free kick, right?
No?
Yeah.
I just did. Oh,
So
yeah.
mine just got done, yeah, right now.
Who's coming on?
Baba Rahman.
Dolly Parton.
Baba Rahman. He's how many seasons has he been on loan now then?
I mean, it's so many. I think he's about 27 now. So this is it.
27 now. Bloody hell! I remember when he
Yeah,
came, he was young.
yeah. I think something like that. I need
Who's
to make
that?
sure, but I think he's somewhere there.
Who's number 31?
I have no idea.
Sam Costa! Sam Costa's coming on. Let's go! Watching the Bournemouth homepage.
Ampadu apparently as well.
Ampadu, he's on. Ampadu's not on the bench. Great to see good
Oh,
people. Hope
Mendy's
you're
great
well.
to the captain's
Great as
team.
always. Great to see that Chelsea have a lot of quality from their academy. And yeah, we've got loads of options.
Who's number 31?
I have no clue.
He looks like a beast.
Hopefully he's better.
Alonso's off. Let's go.
There we go. Is he? I
And
think
Tammy's
Tammy's off.
Tammy Abraham's off.
Agbo. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
He might score now.
Tammy might score now. He's off the pitch. So this guy he was on loan at the Belgian top.
So Sabra Costa, Barama, and Ugbu is on. Alonso, Hudson-Odoi, and Abraham's off. Ugbu should be leaving.
Yes. Ugbu, yes.
Ugbu's probably going to leave.
Yeah.
Chelsea protectives the way to switch cameras to shut off on him, so he'll be back with us soon enough. We need a goal here, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We really do. I'm very bored. Not with you guys, with the game. You guys always excite me. But the game.
You know, Tom literally just says on his own channel, "You're boring me."
No, the game's boring me. The game's boring me.
Oh well, Bournemouth. Let's go. Sabra Costa. The best defender that we have here. Look at him. Look at that face. Look at that face, man. What a man.
And they say my agenda against Dan James is bad.
He looks so Italian.
No.
Yeah.
No, Italians look good, he doesn't.
He looks so Italian.
I could just sense a Bournemouth goal here.
If they do.
I don't.
If they do.
PSG drew 2-2 with Sevilla.
Oh, shame. If only they'd beat them.
I know.
I don't know.
Jeff.
Why couldn't Sevilla do the right thing and just win?
And keep
Let's go,
Koundé.
Mandy.
That would be great.
Lovely stuff.
Okay. Here's a question for the Chelsea fans. Do you think there is still a pathway for your youth players into the squad, especially with your many players being loaned and FFP suspended? Will Chelsea do a Madness like United are doing in the market?
Time will tell.
I don't see. I think the transfer ban was it. That was kind of because we had to, but I don't think we will get that number of youth players coming through to the first team ever again unless we get another transfer ban where we're not able to buy anyone. I just think it was a special moment. It was a perfect timing for guys like Mason Mount and Reece James to come through. I think Roman doesn't like. I think the youth teams are for him to sell and kind of use the facilities. I'm not like I really don't see there. Oh my God, there it is. Goal.
Would you have kept Fikayo Tomori?
Yes.
I would have done.
Bournemouth scored.
What?
He's a quality young player. I like watching him in that
that's
one.
just happened. That's only just happened to me.
Bournemouth, surprise, ladies and gentlemen, are beating Chelsea.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Good pass, good cross.
It's annoying.
Lovely finish. Yeah.
Sorry,
Good
guys.
cross.
My camera looks like it was overheating, so it shut off itself. I had to switch to
I
webcam.
have to say, no, that defending was woefully bad.
I'm only just seeing it now. That was beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. All right, right.
It's just because obviously I'm watching elsewhere, so it's just a little bit behind, but they did get in quite easy though, which is, to be fair, not particularly good. Good things, at least it's not a competitive fixture. If it had been, that would, and it'd been your first team.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but I mean, whoa. I mean, like, this is a lot of players who haven't played for Chelsea really regular at all. I mean, has anyone on the pitch played last season for us?
Yeah, but
Apart from
Tom,
Mendy.
this is the time when you need to prove yourself, right?
No,
I
no
think
one's
this is
proven
the
themselves.
time where you kind of show Tuchel that as a defender, for example, you kind of show him that I can marshal this defense. I can keep things together. As a midfielder, same thing, kind of, I can push the team forward or I can do my job properly. And, you know, going forward, the same thing. And I feel like none of these guys have done that throughout this whole match. There hasn't been a single leader. There hasn't been a single player to kind of step up, get the ball and move forward. And it's just, I don't know. I look at these type of matches as signs, you know, as to, you know, the kind of backbone or the what's the word? The nut sacks, I don't know, that are at Chelsea.
Building
You
a
know,
foundation.
there's no one that has that, like that, those guts to kind of, you know, drag a team and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And it says a lot about this lone army that we have, that we keep gloating about, when 90% of them act like useless.
Reece, you know you're a big fan of Marcus Royce.
Yeah, why?
He has, during his time at Borussia Dortmund, he has seen Lewandowski, Goretzka, Hummels, Aubameyang, Gundogan, Dembele, Pulisic, Mkhitaryan, and Sancho all leave Dortmund.
It's true. Where do you think I got the haircut from? I got it from Marco Reus staying at Dortmund. Even though I'm not a Dortmund fan, I just love Marco Reus. But no, like, he's seen a lot of good quality players. Like, he is Dortmund through and through. Even though he's played for Mönchengladbach, like, he went back really quickly. Like, that's just how much he loves that club. And he would have won a lot more. He would have won a lot more.
Mate, to continue.
If it hadn't been for his injury 7 years ago, that man would have been a world champion. Like, hands down, he would have been in that World Cup squad if he hadn't been injured.
I've just seen the best thing. I've just seen the best comment. There are 3 things guaranteed in life: taxes, work, and Chelsea losing to Bournemouth.
That is true.
Yeah.
At least we can't play Bournemouth in the Premier League or the Champions League, huh? Oh, no, what was that pass?
Oh, my
you never know, mate. You might draw them in the FA Cup. You might draw them in the Carabao Cup.
God, come on.
Sorry, I mean that. Like, just remember, like, what happened, like, with Van Gaal. Like, he used to have like a smokescreen with Swansea City. So you talk about pain with Bournemouth.
Barkley,
It's Swansea.
Barkley, mate, come on. That's a terrible tackle.
I think the word you're looking for is shite.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Oh my word. Ah, man, this
The fact that he's
seems like
dragged him
it's
back
going
as
to
well. Like, there's no need for him to drag him back.
It's about to get worse.
Bournemouth are all over us here. Oh, this is painful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty. Just to remind everyone, Chelsea's next pre-season fixture is this coming Sunday as they take on Arsenal at the Emirates, a part of a charity tournament they're doing with Spurs and Arsenal.
Just in Edinburgh.
The game takes place on Sunday at the Emirates. It's a 3:00 kickoff shown on the Chelsea website. The game will cost £8 if you so wish to watch it. All money goes to charity. So
yeah, it's all going towards Justin Edinburgh, I think, because that's what they've done with Leyton Orient. They've done the exact same.
And we should see Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Suma, and all of that stuff. We should see more first-team players in that game.
Hopefully.
Just watch that game. If you get beat, Arsenal fans will be celebrating. We can just go, well, pre-season trophies. Is that all you're going to get this year?
I was going to do a watch along with STV family, but the Formula One's on at the same time, so he's watching that since it's only a friendly. So
Fair enough.
what?
Oh, Baba, that was shocking.
Finally, and we're back in.
Oh, we're behind.
No, we're 1-1.
I was saying like
Yes, Boris scored.
yes.
Hey, three goals and 3 games for Anthony Iborra.
Is that a
3
Baba
goals and
Rahman
3
assist?
games.
How am I ahead of you guys? It's so weird.
I know.
Fuck knows, I'm only at the 71st minute.
What did go on.
There's the
let
goal.
me just stay in the chat thing.
Okay.
Why
I
didn't
see
you
your
wait 2 seconds before you say anything? Like go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can like cheer or
Yeah,
something.
sorry. I'm giving you like live reactions. My bad. I'll just take a second.
Oh, it's a good ball.
Good
It's a
finish.
fantastic ball.
right.
Come on now, turn it around.
Chelsea perspective. If you want me to bring you in, give us a thumbs up. So I can still see you. No thumbs up, so I don't think he wants to come in.
I think he has said there, just leave him in the chat because like he's having issues with his computer. Which, to be fair,
Does this not
technology these
instant?
days surprise me.
Wait, odds on Tammy would have missed that, by the way.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Brad?
definitely.
What do you think? Is Borger going to be? Should he be in the first team next season? That's 3 goals in 3 games in pre-season. He's impressive.
If we don't get a striker, absolutely.
Yeah, true. I agree.
What
with
age?
Tom.
What age is he?
19.
19.
Yeah, I think he's not.
He's got the face that serial killers would love. Like he looks terrifying as well. Like he would scare defenses just by walking at them.
So does
That's
Kai
not
Havertz. I think Kai Havertz looks like a serial killer.
Aye, that's not necessarily a bad thing, like having like a scary look, because you can literally scare the defence and just let somebody else do the scoring. 0
Did you
goals.
see the calmness? Did you see the calmness before he finished?
You didn't panic.
The finish.
Yeah.
Aye, Abraham couldn't score that.
No,
Abraham would try to
Well,
take it one time.
this
and then
cross
hit
was
it.
amazing.
Abraham
It was so
would
good.
try to bury it and he would put it wide or he would sky it.
Whose cross was it?
We
Right,
know what we are.
Ramen.
Champions of Europe. We know what we are. Sorry, Reece. You don't know. Sorry, Reece. You didn't know how to win your European final, did you? Sorry.
Tongue in cheek, guy.
When was the last time you won a trophy?
that's cute of you.
It was Europa League. Yeah, I think it was.
It was the Europa League, yeah. It was the Europa League, yeah.
Mourinho, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The
Or
one
is that called poison?
Chelsea fans are saying, Harden, come outside.
Oh dear. Well, there's an injury now. Bit of a break. Anyone got
Who was looking for? Did you see him there?
Pardon?
Sorry?
Someone say something, or am I hearing?
I can't remember.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
Oh, flip me.
Oh! Bloody hell. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was all.
Right. Can I just say, there's one thing that has been really, really impressive in this game. Our pressing over the 2 halves has been really, really good.
Wait, I don't understand how I'm ahead of you guys. How is this possible?
And it's so complicated all the time and stuff.
Aren't you guys closer to the game than I am?
Mate, I live in Bournemouth.
Right, so what the hell's going on?
You probably have a faster and stronger internet connection, so that's that.
Where are you from, Joe?
I'm in Dubai right now.
Yeah, don't they have good internet connection there? Speed and everything.
Yeah, Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it, we scored.
Yes!
He said, fuck it.
Fucking we scored.
Yeah, sorry.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's got to be
Sorry,
a clip.
guys.
I've got to clip that at some point. 1, 2,
Yeah, you
3.
couldn't hold it. And then when it was Scott.
Agby,
Oh, no.
give Chelsea the lead against Bournemouth. We're going to be
Well,
Bournemouth, guys. We're going to be Bournemouth.
Who was that?
Right?
Who was that? Who scored that second
Yeah.
goal?
Good header.
Who?
Beautifully done. Yeah, good header, good positioning. Yep.
I can
I'll
walk.
say
Okay, who walk? There were rumors that we sold him already, so I'm surprised.
Guys,
Well,
can we also
Oh, wow.
Guys, can we
this
also just
pressing
say-
is amazing.
Yeah.
guys, can I also say we actually have scored a corner. We have scored a corner.
Yeah, right?
But can I say also, if we're talking about strikers, right? I know it's a bit early to say anything, but the other two strikers we have, who are young players who've come back from loan spells, other two strikers who've scored against
And Tammy Abraham missed 4 glorious chances.
and Tammy, who we want to keep, is behind, is
Well,
missing those chances.
Ugbo's already leaving. He's going. That's like near enough confirmed.
I'm saying it's an interesting thing. Oh, did you hear that, guys? They were chanting Tammy Abraham can fuck off home.
Oh,
Really?
dear. Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's not good.
Chelsea fans.
All right, I've just seen.
Yeah.
I've just seen something. Right, so this is from a big Chelsea account. We're beating Bournemouth away from home. Yep, that's us winning the called triple.
Oh, it's true. It's happening.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was just plugging in my laptop.
The microphone's going to do a little bit of feedback.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, waves.
Good?
Nope, that got worse.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's humming.
Still?
Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Still humming.
Okay, just give me.
Hey.
Two Chelsea correspondents nearly got their heads taken off as Churchill by to clear something into the stands. That's
It's still there.
It's still humming, yeah.
Oh, I was muted.
we've got Tommy
Yes,
Tuchel. He knows right, we're gonna need Chelsea chant. We've got Tommy Tuchel. He knows exactly what we need. Miles got the back. Ugbo in attack. Chelsea's gonna win the Champions League again.
I was. Did anyone see that from Ruben? That was a bit cheeky.
He-
Oh, it
he's a
stopped
cheeky-
for a second. Oh, it stopped. It stopped. It's like. No, it's
Yeah, it's still humming.
Still humming. Just mute yourself until you want to speak, Lionel. That's what some people sometimes have to do, unfortunately. Because I think when you were speaking, it didn't make the noise. So, unless you want to speak for the next 4 minutes straight,
He can sing. Maybe he should sing.
speak.
Yeah, that's bearable.
That's
That's
bearable,
bearable. Hey, that's bearable.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's not bad, yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks. Amazing.
Okay, we can't hear you speak now when you speak it to the mic.
Can't hear me.
You're now quiet. Yeah, you're now really quiet.
If you
Can't hear
switch,
you.
if you switch
hear
your
you,
machine,
it's
maybe
quiet.
check if you have the plugs in the right places because that could cause that humming noise.
Yeah, like cam mic settings maybe. Go to
It's still
audio.
humming.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have it in the wrong place, it will hum. It's still humming, yeah.
Can you try your cam/mic settings?
I think it's just this wire is being annoying
Very possible, yeah.
because I just moved it while I was plugging in. Still?
Very nice.
It's going a lot worse.
Oh my God.
It's all right. It's all right, Lionel.
It's Joe, unplug your laptop for a second and unmute your mic.
He has stopped actually.
That's because he's muted. Go on. Oh, he's offside. Oh.
You know?
Tiny bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's bearable. It's definitely bearable.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird.
As Dominic Solanke really nice.
I think it's the I think I know what the
as Dominic Solanke got subbed off. As Dominic Solanke got subbed off, he was getting chatted Chelsea reject.
Oh dear. That's a typical Chelsea thing to say, isn't it?
Conor Gallagher is the only outfield player for Chelsea that will be playing 90 minutes.
Yep.
Just that. Reece has disappeared.
Reece has disappeared. He couldn't take the heat, the Chelsea heat.
Just to say to the chat, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, The Blue Podcast, make sure to subscribe to both channels. Make sure to follow us all on Twitter. If you haven't followed Joel or Chelsea Perspective, all links are in the description. Make sure you go and check out the Chelsea community. Help everyone out, and that's all the best thing. Reece has returned. Reece, I thought you had enough of us.
Oh, well played, Broja.
I'll make the decision.
It's unbelievable. Oh, I'm very unlucky there, but Broja's
just the internet's acting up.
What's been wrong with your internet the last few weeks?
Fuck knows. It's beyond a joke.
He probably just wants a break from you every so often, to be honest, Josh.
No, it's always like this, like late at night. It's always like this around about this period of time. Don't know why. It just does this. It's a pain in the arse.
Fair enough. Lionel, you sound good.
Oh, we
speak. Oh, you're perfect.
Oh yeah,
you're perfect.
Okay.
Back in.
All right. I'm just gonna let my laptop die because once I plug in the charger, it makes the noise. So if I just disappear, then fine.
Fair enough. What laptop have you got?
MacBook Pro, Air. Sorry.
Same as me. Same as me.
Who scored your second?
Ugbo.
Who?
Ugbo.
Recently,
Chelsea youth player. Well, been on loan to the Belgium league last season.
Fair enough.
Oh no, Chelsea fans! Oh, Chelsea fans!
What
They're
happened?
not singing Gylfi Sigurdsson is a sack defender.
Oh, for God's sake! I mean, they're technically not wrong, but at the same time,
it's inappropriate.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's a time and a place.
And that place is the theatre of dreams.
We're also beating Bournemouth. I mean, we shouldn't really be that. I mean, it's Bournemouth, but like.
It's a friendly with the kids.
It's a friendly, yeah.
Kids plus Mandy.
Well done, Loftus. He faded a little bit, I think, Loftus, for about 10 minutes, I'd say, about when he hit the 70th minute, but he's getting back into it now.
I think Boris' hold-up play, man, is so good.
Oh, it's been fantastic. Broja's hold-up play has been really good. And it's what Tammy doesn't have in his game, which is what we've been looking for a while, which is why, I mean, Giroud played more than him under Tommy Tuchel because he had that hold-up play and maybe he wasn't as fast. But the link-up play was much better.
I mean, Giroud's link-up play was world-class with whoever he played. So,
I mean, it's why he was part of, like, so integral to that France squad that won the World Cup.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it me or is Loftus playing in the holding role now?
Nah.
Yeah, they've switched up a bit. Connor's moving up.
Because I've seen Conor Gallagher on the left a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Probably just, what's that word? Rotating. Yeah.
Go on,
That's
Barkley,
fair.
do something.
Barkley, do
something.
something. Barkley, do something. My God.
He passed the ball.
He's got the legs to cover the distance as well, and he's got the energy, so he's probably just doing
Go on,
both
Bar
roles.
Rahman. Don't know why you're still here, but sure. That's a terrible. Kelleher has been so bad today. I do like to say it about a young person in a friendly, but my God, he's not been great.
There's nothing wrong with speaking the
He's
truth,
a
mate.
poor man's Mason Mount.
He is, unfortunately. But he did play well at times last season for West Brom and was one of their standout players, but he's just looked...
It does it again.
Yeah, he's just looked out of place. And maybe another season on loan with... Oh, well done. Zappa.
Oh, no Summer Costa assist.
Oh.
It's good cut back there. You're unlucky.
He's unlucky.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute and plug.
Just when you want to say something, just unmute, say it, and then mute again. I mean, there's nothing else you can do, is there?
Yeah, it's larger.
It's bad. Yeah, it wasn't. Oh, bad, but I mean.
Oh, look on the bright side. At least we won't know if Chelsea score early anyway.
That's true. We won't know if Chelsea score, but I think by his reaction, something's happened.
Oh, Loftus Cheek with a nice bit of footwork. Loftus Cheek with a nice bit of footwork.
Loftus Cheek looking good, looking sharp. Oh, wow. Oh.
What minute are you guys on?
87:30.
87th, right?
87:33.
Yeah, 87. Or you can say 88 if you want. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
For the pool.
Oh, oof. That was close from them.
Remember, if you conceded, Lionel would have told you.
I think I'm trying to now watch the game and not Lionel's reaction. Is anyone in the comments ahead as well? I'd be interested to see if anyone in the comments is ahead as well. I don't know if anyone's actually watching, Josh.
I'm not ahead. I'm at the same. I think I'm behind you guys now. I'm at 87:40.
Oh, he's
I'm
behind
at
us now.
88:15.
I'm at 88:20.
Yeah, you're behind now.
That's strange.
Yeah, I think if you refresh your page, it'll be fine.
As you said about people watching, there's 9 people watching on the Blue Podcast and 11 people from me.
Wow. Oh, fair enough.
Decent.
That's very decent. Double decent. Well, thank you guys for watching. I mean, we all know which is the website. Just for everyone watching, Josh, do you want to shout out the merch?
I'll let you do that since you're the head of operations. It's all on you.
Wait, can you give me 2 seconds?
He's not prepared. He's not prepared. Oh, Tom. Oh, Tom. He's not prepared.
It's a bit creased, no, but this stuff is only available till Thursday.
Okay.
So get it whilst you can. It's only available till Thursday.
Oh, right. Tom, you have to clip that for TikTok. Show out the merch. I put you on full screen and you're not even prepared. That's a perfect TikTok clip right there.
Well, tell the timestamp to Connor because he's going to be in charge of a few clips coming up. So let Connor know. But yeah, no, that merch is only available until Thursday. We've got hoodies, we got normal sweatshirts, we got long sleeve tops, all the shebang, and please don't score. Good defended for Baba Rahman.
Yeah, Rahman's looking good.
How is he still here? Like, I'm sorry. How is he still at this club?
I know, but he's not played badly this game. He got the assist with a fantastic cross, and he's defended well.
There we go. Game's over. Chelsea won their first preseason. Well, first official preseason game against Bournemouth. We bet Bournemouth 2-1 at the Fatality Stadium. So before we before we end the show, Chris, we're just gonna have some thoughts. So Chelsea perspective, what's your takeaway from that preseason game against Bournemouth?
Like I said before the game started, it's just more like an audition for most of the players. I'm not surprised that the 2 goals we had in the game came from the youngsters, Ubo and what's his name again, Broya. In the midfield, they looked a bit disgruntled, which isn't surprising given that this is preseason and they're not much into it. Just this is the second or third game or so. So I think by next game we'd have a clearer picture of what the starting 11 will be. Maybe the next game or so, or the next 2 games, will get a clearer picture of what the first 11 will be in the next come the start of the season. So not really bad at all. It's just lack of cohesion. It's usually presence during preseason games.
Reece, did you see anything that you were particularly impressed with the Chelsea reserves? Pretty much.
Some decent talent in there, but playing alongside Danny Drinkwater isn't he good enough to learn from? Like, there's leadership, and then there's playing with a piece of crap like him. But you've got some decent young talent in there. Just need to see if they can force their way into this team. Question is, can they? That's the only thing, because Chelsea aren't exactly renowned for it. So, fair play, you've got some decent players in there.
From what I saw, I think the standout performances for me were Broja. I think he stood out, especially in the second half. And I'd say the first half standout for me was... it was a tough one. The first half was brilliant. I thought Shaw and Ziyech looked all right. I thought on that right. Who else was there? And I guess that Saw and I thought the back 3 in the first half were pretty solid individually. And I wouldn't necessarily say they were brilliant together, but they had some individual brilliance. But I mean, it's hard to say anything that you can take from this game because, as we said before, pre-season, I think none of those players will be starting for Chelsea. Possibly, especially not the first game of the season. I'd be surprised. But no, I think Broja for me is stand out. A couple of the centre backs in the first half, and I guess we'll see. As Reece said, it'd be interesting to see if they can actually push through into the team.
And Joel, what did you make of it?
I thought everyone was shit. No, I'm joking. I think obviously there's a lot. Sorry?
Pulisic was.
Yeah, I mean, given. I don't know. Again, like everyone said, this is not the measuring stick for most of these guys. I think a lot of these guys aren't going to be, part of this, the first team moving forward. It makes sense that from what Tuchel has seen and the team that he's put together, that's kind of the best that he can get out of those players. I thought a lot more should have done better, should have shown themselves off. I think it's one of those, if you're able to, get the crowd behind you, if you get the Chelsea fans behind you with a good performance against Bournemouth, I think it's a bit hard for the club to kind of, be like, okay, we're letting him go, or, he's going out on loan. So I think there was a missed opportunity for many. But yeah, I think the senior player, they're all senior players, but I'm talking about like the Ziyech and Pulisic. They should have been something a bit more from them. Tammy Abraham is showing why he deserves to play for Arsenal and just be a mid-level striker. So it's just it had to take a youngster to come in and show off. With the goal that Igbo scored. So, yeah, I'm not much to say really. Okay game. I thought we could have done better, and hopefully, I'm looking forward to Sunday where we see more of the the first team as the Champions League winners, take to the field. So yeah.
I think it says a lot about this game too. I'm just looking through some people talking about who they thought was the best player at Chelsea in general over the 90 minutes, and a lot of people are actually saying Danny Drinkwater. So I think that maybe sums up how that game maybe was in a nutshell. But so thank you for coming on for the watch along tonight. It was a nice big chat to talk about a range of things. Joe, where could everybody find you on social media if they're interested in seeing more of you?
Oh yeah. My Twitter is. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. They used to call me retarded, but now they just say slow. Lionel Joel 13 on Twitter, and on Instagram it's Lionel Joel Joel YouTube, and Lionel Joel on YouTube. I talk a lot about stuff that most people don't care about, but it seems to be catching on. So please, come through and and join the family. And again, thanks for having me. It was great. Reese, man, Anyway, guys.
Tom, the Blue Podcast is 8 subscribers away from 850. We've received 9 likes on this watch along. So I think obviously, subscribe to the channel, gets to 850 maybe by the end of next week.
Hopefully, if everyone could subscribe, that'd be brilliant.
And hopefully Tom's next prepared with the merch next time.
Thank you, mate.
As I always say, Reece, fair play to you for sticking with a bunch of Chelsea fans during a Chelsea pre-season game with a bunch of kids you probably don't even know. So fair enough to you. I got nothing else to answer that.
I've been in worse situations.
Well, United 6 pre-season game isn't too far away, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we play this weekend as well. We've got Brentford this week. We've got Brentford this weekend. That's
going to be a decent Chelsea perspective. Where can people find your beautiful face on social media?
Yeah, thank you for extending the invitation for me to be part of the live stream watch. I truly did enjoy it, or enjoyed it. Let me put it that way. And nice meeting Josh. I haven't met you before. Reese, I haven't met you before, so it's nice meeting you. I've met Tom, Lionel, and I hope to also be part of the next one if time allows. It is Chelsea Perspective everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Reddit, and also Discord. And I look forward to seeing some of you guys who get to watch this or who are watching right now. Again, it's been an absolute pleasure being part of it. And Tom, thank you for extending the invitation to me. I appreciate that.
That's all right, mate.
So for anybody who's interested, the next friendly Chelsea take place is this Sunday. They take on Arsenal at the Emirates in a charity game. A game shown on the Chelsea website for £7.99, or obviously £8 just to keep it simple. For anybody who's interested, I don't think there won't be a watch along on my channel for it, since I will be watching it with someone else. Though there might be a potential watch along on the Blue Podcast if Tom and Cam can maybe.
I think it's going to happen, mate. I don't know.
Well, no watch along, but maybe we'll have one for Spurs, because it's we'll be parading the Champions League trophy before the game kicks off, so we have to be live for that. Yeah, just to rub on Spurs. Just from the Spurs
with the live watch alongs. Once we're back at uni, in terms of the Purple Show, there will be more live watch alongs. As you know, the ones where you see me, Cam, and Fab sitting on the sofa, and as a goal goes in, one of us jumps up screaming, and beer goes everywhere. So they will be coming back soon to the channel once we're back in uni in September. So you have got that to look forward to. I don't have to say that.
So thank you for everyone for watching. So subscribe to whatever channel that you're on. If it's my channel or the Blue Podcast, check all of the guys that have joined us here. But all links will be added to the description. I do need to add the links to the description, but they all will be there. And as everybody said, they're social. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for joining.
Also, if you're watching on the Blue Podcast, go sub to Josh, and if you're watching on Josh's channel, go sub to the Blue.
That's what I said. I said that whatever channel you're on, sub. That's exactly what I meant.
But sub to each other's as well.
Oh, fine. All right, so thank you everyone for joining for the rest of your night, and just say Chelsea, bet Bournemouth for winning the call triple.
Why do you let us
One another just for the dollar. Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, I know that money don't buy happiness, but buys you more material shit. Been reworking how I think and what it means to be rich. I used to think it meant to flex, so Rolex on my wrist. Feels bad to take more than you give. Lately hate how we live. I never wanna become the things that I hate. With a man in the mirror with laugh and spit in my face and tell me that the money is maybe another fake. I've been drowning in my mind and my money's been adding weight. Oh Lord, please save me. I should've known that something man-made couldn't make me. I say I'm making music, or is music what creates me? I never have an answer, same question every day. See, when we pass on, all our things are passed on to the next. Everything we didn't do is everything we regret. Every day we fucking work for this worthless check. If you're not happy, you're forever in debt. You're forever in debt.